fell ill in the US and never came back. Fell ill, and since then, she managed to graduation, but soon afterwards, before we traveled back, she fell ill, and she has been in and out of hospital since that time till she passed on. So Abdallah did aviation, but because there are no jobs in aviation in this country, because he also did some courses in management as part of that aviation. So he works with
commercial operations, and in fact, my colleague.
Why don't you actually recognize them?
Yeah, I would like to recognize my colleagues. So I work with, you guys can stand up, please. Yes, so my boss is not here, but my second boss, Paul, is Carol McKenna, and we do asset management and franchise operations. Me and Paul work and Carol and Mary and our boss shops of Safaricom. So thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. Orongo was my grandfather. I'm sure that name is familiar where we come from. Mheshimiwa Kemosi is also a graduate of the, which university is that?
University College London.
University College London. He did IT. He works in Dubai, but he's here now. You could also say a few words.
Appreciate everyone for taking the time to come and celebrate my mother. Yeah, it means a lot, all the kind words that everybody has shared. And come to remember my mother, it keeps adding more blessings in her grave. And yeah, we're just incredibly grateful for all the support and kind words.
Thank you very much. So this is immediate family. As you can see, I'm a two-star. I listened to Honorable Nyonka. He's a five-star general. Me, I'm a two-star non-combatant general. Thank you very much. So, Obuya, why don't you introduce the rest, please?
Thank you, Ken. My name is Obuya, brother to Ken. Standing next to me here is Liston Songo. This is my wife. Next to her is Nancy. Nancy is wife to our late George. After Nancy is Mary. Then next to her is also Mary, our son-in-law. Her brother is married to one of our sisters. And next to Mary is Damaris. Damaris is our sister. Damaris, you have your... Well, yeah, Mr. from Tanzania, his husband to Damaris. I think he lived with Ken for a while when Monyo was a young boy. And she also learned some Q from Kenya. So it was Tanzanian. So she reciprocated the relationship. That is our in-law. Kefa, I'm confused. Kefa is also married to our sister. He lives in the US. And when this happened, is the one that accompanied Ken and Rukia back home. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Allow me, as part of family introduction, to present to you two very special persons. I'll say some. Nuru and the nurse Amunga, are they here? Oh, please, if you could just come forward. Because I consider them as family for reasons that I will give shortly. This gracious lady that you're seeing here, her name is Mazora. Nuru Mazora was here. They went to school together, and they've been friends. She saw our boys when they were born, when they were young. She saw them, and they've been friends all that time. And the reason why I want to introduce her as family, because to me she's family, is because this lady stood with us for the 3.5 years when Rukia was unwell. She works in the US, in the Justice Department. She's a lawyer. And she stood with us like no other person can stand with anyone. Rukia fell ill in Florida, and she started her treatment in Florida, a very expensive country. Everything is about money. To get an apartment for her, as she went through her treatment, and in Texas. And because I had to travel exigencies of work, she actually took over, and every weekend, Florida to go and check on Rukia. 1 full year. Never paid her. I never paid a single ticket. Then later, when Rukia was now referred to Texas, upon actually a recommendation to one of the best hospitals, the MD Anderson, moved to Texas, and this lady gave us accommodation. She actually vacated a room, a bedroom, and surrendered it to us. And we occupied that for the last 2 years. She spread a mattress down on the floor, and for 2 years she slept on that mattress. We are not paying her anything, like a sister, and I'm so, so grateful to her, eternally grateful to her. And that I thought is a good idea to introduce her. As the other lady here, what's the first name? Roslyn Amunga. Roslyn Amunga comes from Western Kenya. She's a nurse at Cancer Hospital in Texas. And the first day when she went to seek treatment, referral from the other hospital in Florida. And from of her, like not like a professional nurse would do in the course of duty, like a sister. And she said she will attend this function today. She got her own ticket. And I was really tired because she has gone off duty. And for me, she is now part of our family for showing that kind of sympathy. She took great care, very good care of Rukia. And thank you very much, ladies. You can say something, just a word.
Bismillah. Mimi naitwa Nuru Mazora, ni raia, ninaishi Marekani, jimbo la Texas, nikifanya kazi na Texas Department of Criminal Justice for 10 years now. Rukia has been my friend, I can't remember, but for the longest. In high school, we were young girls. And we went to national service together in different camps at the University of Dar es Salaam Law School. So we went to school together again. As part of friendship, we promised to keep in touch and communicate. I'm very she is. When I was to meet Ken, I was to attend the wedding, but I was working for United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees in Kasulu, and the notice was too short. I had just started the job. I didn't want to miss any other events. When Abdallah flew from Kasulu to Nairobi to hold Abdallah when he was 3 months old. And again, I came to visit, expecting Aziz, and Aziz was born when I'm around. Born a year later, a year and a half later, Ashatasha. I'm hold Ashatasha. So from there onwards, it has phone calls, visits. I've been to their house, my house in Texas, maybe 3 or 4 trips. We've done so many vacations together, things, and I will really, she's such a loyal, caring, loving person, and this is very rare. Eventually, it was necessary. So one phone call from her to Florida. And that's when the news was broken to me by him and Abdallah that she is in hospital and now ugonjwa wa cancer. He was flying. So I became Kim. What did they call me again? Okay. Need needed a family member. I was given power of attorney and exercised that power of attorney. So finally, the disease, I asked her doctor to refer her to the hospital in the world. And Rukia was and checked in like we are going to a 5-star hotel. She got good treatment. She was loved by everybody. Allah loves her most. That's all I can say. So, but her last days of life were, tuendelee kumwombea, Mwenyezi Mungu ampokee, aifanye safari yake iwe nyepesi, na sisi tujiombee tuweze kuwa na maisha ya kumta. Nawashukuru nyote mliokuja, kwa sababu na mimi pia sasa ni member of family, lakini namshukuru zaidi Ken na familia nzima kwa walivyonichukulia katika kipindi chote hichi cha kuuguza. Mama zake, dada yake Amina ambaye alisafiri kuja Marekani kunisaidia kumtunza Rukia, na mpaka siku ya mwisho Rukia alifariki katika mikono ya mumewe akiwa pamoja na mimi na Amina. Mwenyezi Mungu ailaze roho ya marehemu Rukia pahala pema peponi. Amen.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Nuru. Just a word, just one word, quick word.
Thank you so much, everyone who's made this time to come here and mourn with our friend, our sister. I remember one day just getting into the shift. Had not gone through the charts, but I just got to the room. I saw the name, "You are Ogeto?" And she told me yes. She asked me, "Do you know him?" I told her, "That's the name, sounds Kenyan." Yeah, she told me I'm from Kenya. I was so happy, like I have all this all over the world, but I got a chance to give back to my own country. And we began there. She was a very good patient, very loyal. Tell her and she will really take the advices. And it's been over 3 years. Rukia had all our best, but all we could say is she's now resting. All we can do is pray for her soul, pray for her family, and one day, one time, we know it's a journey for all of us. One day, one time, we will meet. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, my sisters. For ceremony, I will say more, and I don't intend to speak again, but allow me just to tell the mourners I met Rukia in Tanzania when I was working in a criminal tribunal for Rwanda. And she was doing a few things here and there. And we met in the line of duty. And from that day when I met her, I've never regretted. And as I said, there are many, many things I can say about her. Many, many, many things. And there are many things I will miss about Rukia. But one of the most important ones, other than teaching me Swahili, was also teaching me courtesy. You know, us men from Kisii can be a little rough at times. And when I met her, I would be very rough. I would go to a restaurant and I would say, nipatie hiyo chai. You know. So I was talking about one of the other lessons that I learned from Ukia, and which I think is important for our men. I used to, when I want something, I say, nipatie hiyo, ama nataka hiyo. And she told me, no, that's not the way it's done. You say, naomba. And I think there is something to learn, because I think it's good to be humble and to be courteous. So that is really a lesson that I learned from Rukia. The other thing that I learned that is very important, because I think this is the opportunity for me to tell you about Rukia and how we lived nicely with her. Dressing. You know, when I came from Kisii, I came to the University of Nairobi, I didn't even know how to wear a suit. I could wear a green shirt with a black tie. And she told me, no, that's not the way it's done. And so she organized me, and I was a little tidier. Of course, I haven't achieved it 100%, but I try. The other thing is, these ladies you're seeing here, they cook very good food. Rukia, I think, apart from my mother, is the best cook. She used to cook wonderful food. She cooks chapati for you, she cooks chicken for you, sukuma wiki, the best. The only thing she didn't manage to cook, and which I used to help her do, was ugali. And so she will do chicken, I do ugali. She tried, but she never really got it. She used to cook the soft ugali. You know, the Kisii ugali is the hard one, the very hard one. But you know, the boys are defending her. So there are many things that I can say about Rukia. She was a lawyer. She never really practiced law. She had a passion for farming, and that's what she did, and of course taking care of the boys. And there is something else also very special about her. She was a very good designer. All the small buildings, the few buildings we did, she's the one who designed. I could listen, you know, to her argue with our architects. She was a fantastic designer. And all the time I thought she should never have been a lawyer, she should have been an architect, because she was a wonderful, wonderful designer. And she liked order. She liked order. You know, every time I walk to the bedroom, I'll throw my clothes on the bed, you know, everywhere. And she would not be happy. So she would tell me to try and be organized. So I've lost a very dear friend, and all I can say is may God, the Almighty, rest her in eternal peace. And I'm confident, because she was also deeply, deeply religious. Deeply religious. The children that you saw there come from Mama Fatuma orphanage, and she was a sponsor of that orphanage. She used to visit the orphanage every week. For the last 10 years, she would go there, give them food, clothing. They were like her children. And even when she was unwell, she kept asking about those children. And one of our wishes, when she knew that our days were numbered, was that we should continue taking care of those children. So I strongly believe that one day we will meet again. Finally, I forgot to mention another family member, please. I know we are running against time, but allow me to mention Uncle Ismail. Uncle Ismail. Uncle Ismail is there. If you can just come quickly, please. Uncle Ismail, that's Rukia's uncle. He lives in the US, in Florida, and he was also part of this journey. When Rukia was in Florida, took a lot of care of her. Even when she moved to Texas, he was still with us. And he's very, very, very special, because he has been part of a very, very difficult journey. And for that, as a family, we are very grateful. Maybe you could just say one word.
Thank you. Natokea Tanzania, kwa hiyo nitaongea Kiswahili. I'm pretty confident in my Swahili. Time after time I might put some English words kwa sababu nimekaa nje, but mostly itakuwa Kiingereza. Mengi ameshasemwa kuhusu Rukia. Myself, for the past 12 years, the first time when she came to bring Abdallah to look for the school in Florida, Embry-Riddle, that's where we were residing. Yeah, Embry-Riddle. Yeah, that's 12 years ago. Okay. 2014. Nimintroduce kwanza mke wangu hapa na arekebisha historia. But huyu ni mke wangu anaitwa Hamida Saleh na yeye pia ni Mtanzania, sio Mwarabu, ni Mtanzania. Na tuko naye kule na amekuwa karibu sana na marehemu Rukia. Kama nilivyosema, kwa miaka iliyopita tulimekuwa karibu sana na Rukia sana. Ni mjomba wake lakini tulikuwa kama marafiki. Na she used to call me my favorite uncle. Na tulikuwa karibu sana na watoto Abdallah na Azizi. Kama mtaona tumezoeana sana. Kwa kifupi, Rukia, she was just an amazing human being. Hakuna mtu ambaye amekaa karibu na Rukia hakuweza appreciate. Ni mtu ambaye alikuwa na roho nzuri sana, alikuwa ni mcha Mungu, na nakumbuka siku zake za mwisho, mama mkwe wangu, mama ya wife, alikuwa ananiambia, unapokwenda kumtazama Rukia, unapanga nitakaa pale maybe an hour and then I'll leave, but you ending up spending 5-6 hours just talking to her. That's how sweet she was. She did, I think, almost wacha Mungu wanaweza kufanya hapa duniani. Na we have no doubt, unless kuna ambayo yamejificha hatukuyaona, lakini kwa yale ambayo tumeyaona tunaamini kabisa pepo ya Mwenyezi Mungu iko naye inshallah. Yeah. Mimi ni hayo, labda nimpe mke wangu kama ataongea chochote.
Auntie, ongea kidogo tu. Unajua nilikuwa nimekusahau kidogo, kuchanganyikiwa kidogo. Yes, yes.
Assalamu alaikum. Tunashukuru kwa kuja. We had a lovely time with the Rukia. Also, I would like to say thank you for Damina, kwa sababu tumekaa vizuri alipokuja Marekani. Na inshallah tutaendelea kukaa vizuri na Mwenyezi Mungu amlaze mahali pema peponi Rukia. Amsamehe makosa yake na afanyie wepesi kwenye safari yake. Amin. Na mpokee na mikono miwili. Kwenye Firdaus.
Asante. And finally, my friend Mohamed Nyaoga, who has stood with us very, very, very closely during this journey, and the wife Patience, I have no words for you. You've been there for us. You've been there for our boys, and may God really, really bless you. Thank you very much.
Asante sana Senior Counsel Ken Ogeto, na kwa mara nyingine tena tunasema pole sana kwa kumpoteza mpenzi wako. Na kwa sasa ningependa there are cousins to Ken. Wako wapi tafadhali msimame, wherever you are you salute. Cousins to Ken, wale ambao mmetoka Nyamwetureko, Esise, wanabasama rubali bako yuli buwanga mugenda ngora mukwa yeru kima wana nabuabu. Thank you so much for traveling all the way. Thank you. The uncles to Ken, wale ambao nimearifiwa walisafiri, thank you sir. Kuna mwingine tena? Asante. Thank you so much uncle kwa kusafiri. Thank you so much. Na wale ambao mmetoka Bosamaru msimame. Wale ambao mmetoka Bosamaru, I can see my director there. Yes. All right, thank you so much. Asante kwa kusafiri, tunawatambua. Na kwa sasa mtaniruhusu nikaweza kumleta Commissioner Omwanza Ombati from the Judicial Service Commission to represent the commissioners na mawakili. Commissioner sir, you just take a minute Na unajua tu makomishona wakwangi na mambo mengi. And then akimaliza nitamleta rafiki wa familia Chairman Mohamed akilishe marafiki wote wa familia, and then from there I will usher in the chairman of Jubilee, Mheshimiwa Kemosi, the former member of parliament for West Mugirango. Awatambue the members of parliament present, na tapatia wawili watatu ili wakaweze kupeana rambirambi zao. Karibu sana Commissioner sir.
Thank you very much. My senior colleague and dear friend Ken Ogeto, together with your family, tumekuja leo kulia na wewe. But before I give very brief remarks, I want to recognize the other family for Ken, who are the lawyers who have been with him in this profession. The lawyers in the house, please stand up. My senior counsel. I can see a lot of lawyers here. This is the other family that belongs to Ken, that is not in the nuclear family. I recognize all of you. Asante sana. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I didn't know that I would speak, but I just want to say pole sana on behalf of the lawyers, behalf of our family, and I have behalf of Ken, who I've known from 2005, when he gave me an opportunity to work together with him and Mr. Otachi. And I also knew Rukia. I've been to Ken's house, and I can also confess that I've eaten her very good food. So Ken is correct that Rukia used to cook very well. So we've just come here today because we don't have too much to say, just to say that we are truly sorry. We'll pray for you. We'll pray for your boys and your family to give you fortitude and solace in this very difficult time. Asante sana, MC.
Thank you so much. Let's appreciate Commissioner. Asante sana Bwana Commissioner. Ningependa kutambua uwepo wa CEO Douglas Bosire, the National Endemic Diseases Control Council. CEO, please, you can salute. Thank you sir. Asante sana kwa kufika. Tunakutambua kama familia. Kwa sasa ningependa nimuite rafiki ambaye amesafiri safari yote ya Rukia akiwa mgonjwa, akiwa sawa, rafiki wa familia, Chairman Mohamed Nyaogasa. Ningependa ukaribie. Yes, karibu sana Mohamed. Na pole sana kwa kumpoteza rafiki wa karibu. Karibu sana.
Amjambo. Rukia was a very special person, and whenever I talk to Ken said very special things about Rukia. And when I met her, her demeanor, her mannerism, her conduct confirmed most of the things that Ken said about her. Really special. He said Rukia is so special. She does this, and I take all the credit. She does everything, I take all the credit. I remember a couple of years ago when her mother passed away, we flew the body from Nairobi to Arusha with Ken and the other family members. And I got to meet her family. Really very good people. Ken married from, if I can tell my people here, from Kisii and other friends, he married from a very good family. Really very special people. When I see these people here, very special. And indeed, Rukia was a gentle giant. She was quiet, very peaceful, very slow to speak. But whenever she spoke, whatever she said made a lot of sense. The boys are my friends, Abdallah, Aziz. We're always in touch with them. If you meet me with Aziz and Abdallah, you may think that they are my brothers. We have a special bond. And let me confirm here to Ken that Abdallah and Aziz are like my children, and I'll take them as one among my boys. We have 3 boys with my wife here. I have now adopted them. You may not allow me to do that, but I'm sure they will come close to me, even if you say they shouldn't, because they are my children. They are also very special boys, very humble, very respectful, and they have learned from their father. Ken, I'm sorry you have lost your wife. We spent many days together talking about the problem you are facing. We were on the phone many evenings, and my wife knew that whenever I was talking to you, we were talking about Rukia, and she would ask me, how is Rukia doing? Ken, we are sorry. It happens. It's a journey of life. All of us will walk that journey. But again, this is the wish and the will of our God. We will meet her again. Thank you.
Asante sana. Let's appreciate him, sir. Tumpigie makofi tafadhali. Asante kwa nafasi ambayo ulipata kwa familia na ile kazi ambayo umefanya, tunashukuru sana. Kwa sasa ningependa kutambua kazi ambayo imefanywa na Omari Mwaniki. Sijui amekaa upande gani. Thank you so much, sir. Umefanya kazi nzuri kutufikisha mahali hapa tupo leo. Na hiyo kazi yote, the coordination that you have done, we really appreciate on behalf of the committee and the family. Thank you. Kwa sasa mtaniruhusu ni mlete chairman wa chama ya Jubilee, Mheshimiwa Kemosi, the former member of parliament for West Mugirango. Na ningependa tu kabla usikisimama hapa mbele nipeane disclaimer. Najua Rukia alikuwa ni mtu wa amani sana. Alikuwa ni mtu ana maneno. Kwa hivyo kwa heshima ya familia na kwa heshima ya ndugu wetu Waislamu, tafadhali naomba tu wale wanasiasa mko hapa, kwa sababu inakuanga vigumu sana kushughulikia wanasiasa. Leo naomba tu tupeane rambirambi zetu. Siasa tutapiga tukifika pale nyumbani. Kwa hivyo Mheshimiwa Kemosi, najua tu wewe ni muungwana, na ndio maana wewe ni chairman wa chama kubwa sana ya Jubilee, chama ya heshima. Kwa hivyo nakukaribisha kwa heshima, tafadhali watambulishe wale viongozi ambao watapata nafasi kupeana rambirambi zao. Karibu sana.
Asante sana ndugu kwa nafasi hii. The family of the late Rukia and our brother Ken Ogeto, Your Excellency Fred Okengo Matiang'i, and all protocols observed. Na mimi ningechukua nafasi hii kwa heshima kubwa sana kusema pole sana ndugu Ogeto kwa kumpoteza mama Rukia. We put you in prayers and we pray that God will strengthen you on this journey that you are about to start alone. Mungu akusaidie, na tunaombea na watoto na wao, Mungu awasaidie. Ours is to offer prayers. Your Excellency, I want to take the shortest time possible to run this program, because we've gone beyond the time that we thought that we could have concluded. Kwa hivyo nikikupatia nafasi, tafadhali, we should not go beyond 2 minutes. Sasa Umuiberani wewe utakuwa timekeeper. Ukiona imesidi dakika 2 unagonga kengele hapo, so that we finish in the next 15 minutes. We are done from this place. Most of the groups here have been identified. Let me see, there are 4 MCAs here. Caroline and your colleagues, stand up and just wave. 4 MCAs who are here. 4 MCAs, asante sana. There are people who came from Jubilee aspirants and Jubilee leaders who are here. Nimeona Governor the governor aspirants, and there are some other colleagues, aspirants. Asanyo, ama umeacha kuomba kiti? Wametoka kidogo. Asanyo is also there. Asante sana. We have serving MCAs. Nimeona Abera alikuwa hapa, and then other serving MCA. Asante sana kwa kufika. Lawyers, of course, my colleagues have been identified. Asante sana. Then we have Mheshimiwa Penny Momanyi, just stand to wave. You were just called. Ukusimama, kuna again wametoka Tanzania. Asante sana Mheshimiwa Penny Momanyi. Tongi, Mheshimiwa Tongi, asante sana. Thank you very much. Nisikia kulikuwa na Rogers Muturi hapa. Did I see him kweli? Thank you. Sagero, asante sana. Bosira ameitwa, and Mosiria. Mosiria, just stand up and wave. Asante. From there, Your Excellency, we have all spoken, sisi wanaume hapa. Ungenikubalia kwa dakika moja tu. Kuna dada yetu hapa, Susan. She worked very closely with Ken, and we have not been gender sensitive. So, Susan, for just a minute, useme pole on behalf of ladies in the house.
Thank you. Nami ningependa kuchukua nafasi hii kuwapa pole familia ya ndugu yangu Ken. Watoto, poleni sana kwa kumpoteza mama. Kama mlivyosikia, nilifanya kazi kwa ukaribu sana na Ken wakati ambao tulikuwa serikalini tukiongozwa na ndugu yetu CS Matiang'i. Na kwangu Ken amekuwa kama ndugu yangu. Unajua kuna wengine ni ile unspoken. Najua tu niko na ndugu anaitwa Ken. Na ilikuwa rahisi sana kukua karibu na Ken kwa sababu ya upole wake na a lot of humility. Sasa leo nimeelewa kwa nini Ken ulikuwa tofauti sana. Wewe siwezi kukuweka kwa gauge moja na wanaume wa Kisii ukweli. Rukia alikunyorosha na ikakuwa rahisi kufanya kazi nasi. Na ndio kwa sababu nafikiri tulikuwa na hiyo special relationship as my brother. So leo nimejua siri. So ninakuombea Mungu akufariji pamoja na familia yako na azidi kulinda watoto. Asante sana na pole.
Asante sana. Asante sana kwa kuomboleza. Your Excellency, we are also represented from the government side. Allow me to call Mheshimiwa Stephen Isaboke, the PS Broadcasting, to offer word of condolences.
Yeah, thank you, Bwana MC. SG Ken Ogeto and your family, fellow mourners who are here, many of them our leaders from our community. As you have heard, my name is Stephen Isaboke. I serve in the current government, but most important, I stand here as Ken's friend. So, as you know, Ken was actually the immediate former Solicitor General. During that regime, I was in private sector, I was not in government. I've actually grown in private sector. But we came to work very closely as a community, and
You have had instances where you have a patient in the US. So kwa hiyo peke yake tunashukuru Mungu because alikupatia hiyo nafasi ukashughulikia your wife Rukia for the last 3 years. Na pia tunashukuru familia ya Rukia vile mmekuja kuhakikisha kwamba safari yake imefika mwisho, lakini amefanya kazi mzuri hapa Kenya. Ken, I have condolence of public service wote ambao wanafanya kazi kwa serikali, na kwa sababu kulikuwa na ile occasion kwamba kutakuwa na sherehe nyingine, they would be present in the next Rukia. Also want to convey condolences of our CS for education, who is actually traveling. As we are speaking, is on his way out of the country. So, angekuwa na sisi, but he will join us in our next. Lastly, we want to thank all of you for coming. Kwa sisi kukuja kwa kasi kama hii ya kupeana pole. So tushirikiane kama tuko na shida. Hakuna mipaka, tunakuwa kama familia moja kuomboleza one of us, and this is what we should espouse going forward and ensuring that as a community we remain united. Thank you.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Mose for family and pole kwa familia. On behalf of elders na wale wote ambao wamesafiri kutoka sehemu mbalimbali, Professor Ungeri.
Na wale wenzetu kutoka Tanzania, pole sana. Loss is immense, particularly when you lose a wife. Secondly, the expenses are beyond count. And we thank God that He has given you the patience all these and still stay in one piece. Thirdly, this of looking for somebody beyond your community has given you a lot of dividends. It has also given us a lot of dividends. We're now beyond the community up to Tanzania. So we have and I want to commend all the community leaders and leadership that this friendship you have created, you have another opportunity, another chance and of friendship in the near future. And I think use that opportunity with ease, without having problems. And I know the future is not far away, just around the corner. We're not saying anything to anybody, but it's a necessary step we must take.
Asante sana Professor Ungeri kwa pole kwa familia. This juncture ni muite ndugu yetu wa Borabu ambaye ni wa rafiki yetu Ken, apeane pole zake. Na mheshimiwa, leo hapa kia tuko hapa kuomboleza. 1 term, 2 term, no. Hakuna.
Asante.
Asante sana.
Kwa nini? Asante. Mekuja kusema pole. Yangu yatakuwa those of you who came from Tanzania, tutakuwa na sherehe ingine tarehe ngapi? Tulisema 12th. So mimi nawaalika nyinyi wote tena Borabu. Na nyinyi mmetoka TZ, ujeni. Ugali alisema ile ugali ngumu kule Kisii. So tunawakaribisha sana. Yesterday when I was here, chairman, vile Ken amesema hiyo chakula Rukia alikuwa anatengeneza mara 3. I ate 3 times. Sasa ile niliingia nikakupata tena unakula. It was very very nice. Na nyinyi mkuje, karibuni. Mmesikia amesema ni safi mpaka nyumbani kwa kina Ken. So karibuni nyinyi wote. The way you are here, please come and join. Thank you very much. My name is Patrick Osero, ndugu ya Ken. Thank
you. Kwa sababu ametii saa hii yako upinzani. Ile kura inakuja next year serikali kwa sababu ametii. Kwa ni muarike seneta wetu wa Nyamira Okong'o Mogeni atoe pole zake.
Ndugu yangu Ken, familia, dada na ndugu ambao wamesafiri kutoka nchi jirani ya Tanzania. Kwa ndugu yetu Ogeto, mimi kwa niaba yangu na wakazi wa jimbo la tumekuja kutoa pole tu kwako na kwa kumpoteza mke wako Rukia ambaye ulikuwa unampenda. Mimi ni kama ndugu kwa huyu ndugu yangu Ken Ogeto kutoka kule jimbo la Nyamira. Tunatoka pamoja. Wale umesikia wanapenda ugali wanaitwa Basamaru. Naye pamoja katika eneo la Borabu. Kwa hivyo ndugu yangu Ken, tunakuambia pole sana. Familia Rukia, tunasema pole. Muombea Mwenyezi Mungu amsamehe zake zote, amrehemu na pia arehemu vijana wetu. Sina mengi ya kuombea ndugu yetu Ogeto. Mwenyezi Mungu ampe nguvu na rehema ya kupitia haya magumu. Nanyi, asante sana.
Asante Senior Counsel, asante sana, na yeye ametii na yeye atakuwa katika serikali ambayo inakuja. Nikubarie nataka kumwarika kiongozi wetu ambaye yuko hapa na ni kiongozi ambaye amekuwa waziri katika ile awamu iliyopita. Kwa saa hii ni presidential candidate ambao umefika hapa. Tutakuwa na uchaguzi next year, na kwa machaliwa yake Mwenyezi Mungu atakuwa rais wa awamu. Okengo Matiang'i. Welcome, Your Excellency.
Asante. My brother Ken and your family, I've always prayed for address I always to functions like this. We are straight, brief and specific to the point. Tunawaombea wale wenzetu. My brother Ken and your family, For many of us who are here, who know you at a very, very personal level, there are many things we could say. But I want, first of all, on family, for many people who do not, Ken and I grew up in the same village. We have been together virtually all the days of our lives. And we have gone through the experiences of this life together. So Ken, family, some of the members of my family at your home in Kisii and so on, nataka kusema pole. Those of us who are a bit close, who interact with you, know some things that we do not need to say here. We know the journey you have gone through with this. I say this with tremendous admiration. Over the last 2-3 years, what you've had to deal with in your family, you lost a brother, and I know that your mom has been unwell. To be honest with you, every time we spoke about your wife's illness, to many of us it's been just a very difficult matter even to pray about. But as we spoke the other day, the Lord has been gracious, has strengthened you and carried you and your brothers through this experience. And we continue to pray that the Lord continues to hold you by his mighty right hand. I also secondly bring condolences, some of which you have received in other forms. First, from retired President Uhuru Kenyatta, who was your client and is your client, his brother Moho Kenyatta, and I delivered part of their messages the other day to the family. And Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka asked me to say pole to you, but they also told me that they are at another time. In advance, I'm conveying their condolences to you. Poleni sana. It's difficult to tell someone pole when they have lost a wife, because even for us Kisses, Susan, with our bad manners as we are famously known, it's just that people don't understand that we Kisses love family, ethically and directly. It's not the way others love. We also try, not necessarily the Tanzanian way, but we try nonetheless. But even for us Kisses, your wife is your foremost friend, foremost confidant, and the person who essentially gives you the moral compass in this life. So it's unthinkable what Ken is going through. I'd like my brother to ask you to be more prayerful, more focused on the Lord, and for all of us really. We pray for you and continue to take you before the Lord. Na tuwaombee watoto, because it's a very difficult thing. The last two things I want to say are this. I want to thank most of the Kisii professionals I've seen here. Most of you are wonderful people. Mohammed and all these people. This group of ours, the way we've been dealing, Mark Simba as our mentor and our Kaka guiding us, we have remained Solicitor General Moses said here. These things will come and they will come and go. The things we do, some things we spend so much passion on, hatred, actually, they do go. What is important is the relationships we keep and the sincerity. The Lord has put us in this place for a purpose, to do a good job for the Lord, not for ourselves. When all is said and done, my former colleague, Adan Mohammed, now Director General at KRA, used to tell me, their faithfuls are encouraged that every so often you should visit a graveyard. And I asked him why. He said, because you should be reminded that even you one day will lie somewhere there, and people will be reading something that is on your tombstone. So as you live this life, you keep asking yourself, what would you like people to read on that tombstone when they visit the graveyard? So I told him that is a very nice way in which the Muslim faithfuls encourage their people, that they live their lives sensibly, and do things that actually matter in this life. Because when we come to a point like this, we ask ourselves, and so much of our time, so much of our resources, so much of everything, quarreling, disagreeing, insulting each other. Towards, the Lord is calling us to use our lives. So can be enough to comfort you, my brother. We will do the best as human beings to stand by you and pray for you and pray with you and pray with your family and stay around. But as you go through this, we will still live. This is a tough experience. It's not a very easy one. But the Lord will see you through. The Lord whom you have believed and the Lord in whom you have faith, who has carried you through all these experiences, He will see. And as days go by, and as you walk with Him even more, and even in these difficult times, you will get to. Very finally, we thank you, Ken, for the wonderful example and for what you have done. On behalf of all husbands here, those who have learned good manners and those who are yet to learn, we thank you for the responsibility you displayed. People here who know your family, how you are this journey. Ndugu, you have a sick mother and you have a sick wife, and you are nursing all these people. It takes God for you to continue walking straight like that as it comes. I pray that monene Nyasaye kwagate na indo monene mongina toku musabere Nyasaye amokongi kiera mangana na makongi kiranya irenka twalade no mongina lakini Ken rema Nyasaye naro na bagusiba otebanga ayabona abeire kendo tokora twenzi goto mwegene na nduru chinkoro chitu Nyasaye. There is nothing more or better we can do than that. Togendere ko sabera dira egekugera. Those of you who are here know es abantu bonse no tu a veces recae matuka mange. I could count on you na susa nuna kero toko kambe bintu. I will say some more when we get out there that kangane me chande menge na so ime kanyan Christian chengo tevi manyo kwara. You are a very sincere person. Nyasaye naye akoireneri nere akwaba sani wale sincere bunole sincere to other people. Akubareli injera so that echa step we debaza ko wanga neke gocha kia ko gocha ebenga Enya saa koro kyo borobo bonene ese toko gando juice. Anto aminto nya saa balende abantu bande n'abana abatweirega as much as the Lord will provide, we hope and we have faith the Lord's will is going to be. And sisters, there's nothing better and more important to do than to say Paul and comfort than today. May God bless you indeed and enlarge your territories. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Fred Matiang'i, kiongozi wetu, na asante kwa kufika, na tunashukuru sana kwa niaba ya familia na taifa letu la Kenya. Tunashukuru Your Excellency Dr. Fred Matiang'i na viongozi wale wote ambao umetoka katika serikali wakiongozwa na Solicitor General Shadrack Mose. Tunashukuru sana. Kwa sasa na kwa sababu ya muda, ningependa tu nitambue uwepo wa Dr. Edna Kangwana, Gusi Women in Leadership Network Chairperson. Daktari uko wapi? Ningependa tu usimame. Daktari yuko pale. Asante sana kwa kuwakilisha the Gusi Women in Leadership. She's the council member Kabenga University, the former Minister Kisi kutambua. Na kwa sasa ningependa tu mnipatie muda kidogo tu nitambue